This is Chris, the Idaho Painter here on Paint Live TV. Today I'm going to be painting some furniture. I got some furniture behind me. We got some other furniture here in our shop and in our booth, and we're going to be painting it using Centurion products, a 2K poly, spraying it with an airless sprayer. We're going to be getting amazing looking results. If you want to know how to paint your furniture, make it look like a professional did it, make it look like it came out of a factory, stay tuned for this video. All right, we're gonna get started painting our furniture. I got multiple pieces of furniture. I've got a shelf here. We've got a nightstand. We've got a picture frame. We got another nightstand. We got a TV stand. We got a bunch of different pieces of furniture. We're gonna be doing it different colors. We're gonna be using Centurion coatings. They're 2800 series 2K poly. It's a poly that can be used 1K or 2K. If you're not familiar, with that terminology, it's catalyzing it or hardening it. I've got videos that explain that process, and we'll be explain a little bit as we go too, as we catalyze and harden the paint, because if you want your furniture to be extremely durable and have that soft velvety look and finish to it, then you want to catalyze your product or add a hardener to it. So we're going to be once again using Centurion 2800 2K poly. We're going to be sanding using our EcoSand 3x4 sander. It's an amazing sander with a HEPA vac hooked up to it. We've got an inspection table so we can inspect our furniture. We can inspect our work to make sure we've got a flawless finish. Some of it's going to have kind of a rustic look to it. Some of it's going to have, a polished look to it, but there's going to be different things we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some filling with some Bondo and sanding, vacuuming, spraying multiple coats in our spray booth that we can do right here inside the shop and ventilate it outside. So we're just going to begin walking you through the process. The beginning process is the sanding, filling, any type of caulking you need to do or whatever you need to get that furniture ready to spray. So let's get on with the prep process. All right, so I'm getting ready to do the catalyzation process, and you can catalyze Centurion coatings. You can not catalyze it, or you can catalyze it all the way up to 15%. Why would you not catalyze it? Because you really want to add that durability, the hardness, the bonding capability, that really soft buttery like feel, chip resistance, chemical resistance. You want to add that to the paint. The catalyst is money, so it does cost money. It's not cheap, so that's one of the drawbacks to it. So the more you catalyze it, the more money it's going to cost. You can catalyze it up to 15%. Whenever I'm doing furniture or whenever I'm doing kitchen cabinets, I always catalyze it at 15%. Now, give or take, a half an ounce or something. You don't have to be exactly precise. I'm catalyzing the furniture at 8%, and it came out to 5.1, so 5 ounces will work. It's so give or take right in there. I've got my 64-ounce measuring cup, and I just buy these standard measuring cups that have ounces on them. There's a lot of other crazy things on ratios and stuff. I don't pay attention to any of that. It's just the side right here that measures ounces. So this measured out 64 ounces, did the calculation, 8%, it comes up to 5% catalyst. Now I'm gonna pour my catalyst in there. Here's Centurion catalyst. Don't be fooled by this. This is one that got paint spilled all over it. It's the exact same thing. Just using this first, when it was shipped, one of the gallons of paint actually opened up and got all over it. So I'm just gonna measure out on here 5 ounces. Now when you dump in your catalyst, this is extremely important. You don't want to just dump it in right there. If you just dump it in, what's going to happen is you're going to flash harden this stuff. It's going to make it get hard super fast. You want to just slowly stir it in. So I'm going to measure off my ounces, 5 ounces. Pretty close to 5. Now I'm just going to use a stir stick. I'm going to start to slowly stir in my catalyst. I do not want to dump it in fast, super fast, so I'm just gonna slowly stir it in. The catalyst you don't have to have a sweat time to it like some epoxies, some two-part coatings. You have to let it sweat, which means you gotta let it set for a certain period of time and activate it. There is no sweat time on this product. As soon as I mix it, I'm ready to go to start spraying it. I do have a pot life. You need to pay attention to that pot life because you could ruin your sprayer if you don't clean it out, before it hardens, because it will harden inside your sprayer. So my pot life is gonna be 5 hours. Once I'm done catalyzing it, stirring it in, I'm going to have Luke mark down our time that we catalyzed it and our time we need to clean. It's very important to pay attention to. It's good if you have a phone, just to set an alarm about 30 minutes before it's time to clean it up, so it's a reminder. The pot life will change according to the conditions, room conditions or outside conditions. If it's wherever you're spraying, if it's really hot, it's going to decrease your pot life. So if it's 95 degrees here inside where I'm at, it's probably gonna decrease it down to about 4.5 hours. So pay attention to that. I've got my product mixed up. Going to note my time. What time is it? So it's 11:30. Add 5 hours to that, 70 degrees inside here. So we got 11:30, and then what's our clean time, Luke? 4:30. We need to make sure we clean up. We're just gonna be doing one piece of furniture with this black, so it's gonna be pretty fast. We're gonna spray several coats on that. So I'm gonna log that down. We did add to my product. I typically, when I'm doing dark, deep base colors, vibrant colors, I'm going to be adding a thickener to the paint. I already added the thickener. The thickener just thickens the paint, exactly what it says, gives it more body, and you can spray heavier mill thickness. The paint will hang a little bit better when you add a thickener. I always add about a tablespoon of thickener to the product, and that's a Centurion product, CW9002. Especially with a black that's really thin, a thickener is going to help it out. I've got a couple other colors that are kind of deep colors that are the same thing. I added a thickener to the kind of the mustard yellow that we're going to be doing in one of the other colors. So we're ready to go, ready to load this thing up and start spraying. All right, we got one of the things we're working on is this is a shelf right here, kind of like a shoe rack type shelf. We're getting initial sand done on it. We're using our 3x4 sander, using 320 grit film tech right here for our flat surfaces. Then we're also using a 10 millimeter very fine sponge to hit the rounded surfaces and edges right here. I do got a spot. There's this is a wood piece of furniture, and there was a piece of oil or grease. And I'm just gonna be using CIC's vinyl sealer right here. So this vinyl sealer, or like a bin type shellac, bin 123 shellac primer will actually help seal that too. If I ever run into any type of contamination issues, fisheye issues, I'm typically gonna be using a spray can of balm of either Centurion's vinyl sealer or bin 123. This is CS 1006 from Centurion. So I'm just gonna spray that, get that nice and coated, that little oil spot right there. Now that'll be sealed and locked in there. All right, we're getting done with our first coat just about, and this is gonna be our seal coat. We are using the Centurion coatings, the 2800 series 2K poly catalyzed. It is a self-seal product. So this is a bare wood piece of furniture here, right here. So this will be a seal coat. It's gonna dry in about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll be able to sand it and then hit it again, just depending on how it feels. The build on the product, being bare wood, I think we'll probably hit 3 coats on this. Dry time's extremely fast, so your recoat and sand time is extremely fast. We'll be able to get 3 coats on this thing pretty quick. But we're gonna keep finishing this up, and we'll start on the sanding and second coat. All right, now we're letting one piece of furniture dry. We're gonna be working on this other piece of furniture. I've done some initial sanding on it. It's kind of a rustic looking piece of furniture. It's got a lot of, initially when it was made, they hit it and banged it up and stuff, kind of gave a rustic look to it. But there are some nail holes in it where they nailed things together. They just wanted to eliminate a few of those things. So I filled it with Bondo glazing putty. Now we're just gonna go around sanding it with our 3x4 sander. And then this one's going to be ready for the first coat of paint. All right, so we're waiting for, once again, one piece of furniture to dry. We're working on this other piece. Did some bondoing on here, get rid of some nicks and dings. On this piece of furniture, it might caulk a little bit of a seam right here to get rid of that seam. This is kind of a piece of plastic that's nailed on the face of that particle board right there to give it a nice edge to it. And it might be good to caulk it, but we're working on vacuuming it. We just got a shop vac right here, a little Bosch battery operated shop vac, makes it nice and convenient. You want to shop vac, get all the dust off before you take it into the spray booth. We're gonna shop vac it, then we're going to blow it off with our blower right here, blower tool to get any dust off. We want a completely dust-free piece of furniture before we spray on our first coat. Right, it's been about 45 minutes to an hour. We're starting to sand, do our first sand after our first seal coat, and then we're gonna shoot another coat on there. It's on there pretty heavy, sanding pretty well, feels pretty smooth. And then we're gonna get ready to shoot the second coat. I'm using a very fine EcoSilk 10 millimeter sponge to do the sanding that I'm doing right now. Doing film tech on the flats is grabbing a little bit too much and being a little bit too aggressive, so I just switched to a 10 millimeter sponge, which has given me the nice feel and finish that I like. So here we go with the sanding. I'm gonna finish this up. We're doing a little bit of force drying to get this thing to dry a little bit faster because I got multiple pieces of furniture, so we're just running a fan in our booth at the same time. So there you have it, a few little tips and tricks and just a look at how we go about painting furniture, what products we use, some of the tools and equipment we use. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I come out with a new video. It's just an email that gets sent to you by YouTube. It's been free for 12 years. It will always be free. It's just a little notification that a new video from Paint Life TV has come out. Simple way to help support our channel. If you've got any questions or comments about this video, this furniture painting video, just leave it down in the comments section below. We like to read your comments. We learn from you just like you learn from us. It was a really quick video on furniture painting, some of the tools we use, the products we use, how we go about painting furniture. And like I said, if you've got any other tips or tricks you can add to this, just let us know down in the comment section below. Don't forget, if our videos ever help you out, if you enjoy them, we really love you to give us a thumbs up. It just keeps encouraging us to keep making these videos every week for you to learn how to paint right here on Paint Life TV. And like we always say, we'll see you next time.